Money rule number one. Drum roll, please, Terry. Thank you. Money solves all of your money problems. You've heard me say money rule number one before. And on days when your portfolio is up $35,412 and you're at another all time high, then you feel kind of good. You feel kind of good. So let's write that down. 2.039, blowing the doors off the previous high of 2,011,000, which was what, 3 days ago? So here we are. Thanks for tuning in on this incredible rainy Thursday. It is May 9th, 20 to 24, 11:23 a.m. The rain fields of Valparaiso, Indiana, coming to you recorded live in the Fortress of Solitude Studios. Yeah, we're having a good run today on gold and silver, so that's making me feel very nice. And a couple of things. What did we do yesterday? Not much. And I was very sad because Pan American Silver, I put in a limit order to buy 2,000 shares at $18.59 with about 10 minutes to go in the trading day. And only 397 of those 2,000 shares were filled. And now let's take a look to see what. So remember that number, 1859. Let's go down and check out our Pan American Silver position. So you see that we've got 5,397 shares. So there's that extra 397. I was hoping it was going to say 7,000, but look, we were in at 1859 on those 397 shares, and it's currently trading at 2034. And I was trying to also work my average cost down, which would have happened nicely with all 2,000 of those shares. But guess what? Win some, you lose some. Either way, I'm feeling all right. And then what do we do? So the day before, I bought 2,000 shares of the SILV, and they're currently at 856, so not up a great deal from the 831 I paid. EQX, though, they're downtown to Chinatown today. Do I have them on the big board? Not yet. So let's go to them directly, because I did put in a bid, I think, for another 2,000 shares this morning, but I don't think we're going to find that number because they had a bit of a confusing mixed bag earnings report come out this morning, and let's just go to them. So you see I bought those for 557. Of course, that'll still be what's on the board. So let's go to EQX, Equinox Gold Miner. Yeah, so there's my 557 average. They're back up to 528. I'll probably still add today, especially if this wave continues down a little bit further, but I do have this limit order in at 502. Why? Well, I was just trying for a little extra. It got down to 505. Then I left for the grocery store. Went over to Meijer, spent a bunch of money because we got some extra kids that are going to be hanging around this weekend. Maya, Madison, and Deuce all have new boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're all going out to dinner tonight. I'm not paying for that. I already told them. They tried to convince me. Nope. Because 2 out of the 3 kids are adults. So buy your own meals. Have the men's buy you some meals. And then tomorrow night, weather permitting, they're going to have a little bonfire in the backyard. So yeah, we bought some extra food. Lady Cooks a Lot is going to make a beautiful meal for everyone tomorrow night. So the energy will be fun. Speaking of energy, you should have seen the mood Kid 3 was in this morning when he drove Foxy, the 1991 Mustang GT, to school. If there's reincarnation after I die, I want to come back as my own child. That sounds arrogant. No, it's true. It's true. So what else are we thinking today? I've got my eye on, I know, and in fact, I'm going to answer Mr. Premium of the option. I just call Mr. P. He had a question for me, which was like, what's with all the precious metals? And here's the thing. and I don't know if you've already noticed this about me or not. I went through this with oil. I went through this with a handful of other Blackstone early on, a handful of positions, a handful of thoughts and ideologies. I get obsessed with things. It could be good and bad. Believe me, my wife will tell you. Currently, I'm obsessed with precious metals. The reason is because with all my study, and it's been going on for months and months now, Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci, essentially Fibonacci mathematics, those things, along with the actual evidence that's taking place in the market, like, when the stock market's going up, traditionally gold and silver should not also be going up. However, when rates begin to come down, then gold and silver typically goes up. And rates aren't coming down, and gold and silver is still going up, even with the stock market going up. So what does that tell me? The market knows more than we do. It's like its own living creature. That's why Elliott wave theory is so impressive to me, because it's about market sentiment, market emotion, market mood. What is the direction? Or I should say, what's the probability of the direction? That's Elliott wave theory, period. It's not a crystal ball. It's not the magic 8-ball. There's divergences that go on. Wave counts trade at all time. In fact, I had a picture I want to show you now. I did have this picture for you just to give you an idea of Elliott wave theory. So this is essentially a impulse wave up, okay? And this is what we're seeing now in gold and silver and gold and silver miners. So an impulse is 5 waves, okay? On the up wave, so you see the blue 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the bigger 1, okay? So that 1 then turns into a 5. So whoop, way up here, way up past where the screen would be, is where that 5 should end. It could take years for an impulsive 5 of 5 of 5. Okay, so this is 1. This is 5 of 5 of 1. I know this, you got to look these up on YouTube and start subscribing to different newsletters, etc. But inside of impulsive waves up, it's 5 up, okay? And then it's ABC down. Okay, so you got 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 down, and then 5 up. On the downs, you got ABC corrective moves. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back up, ABC back down. Okay, these retracements can typically be measured with the Fibonacci. If you use Fibonacci tools on any of the screens that you use, like TradingView, Yahoo, bar chart, whatever you use, they typically will all have Fibonacci built in mathematical retracements that you can apply to waves. So then you get 5 up. So what do we do from there? Oh, well, now we're going to be a corrective down, and okay, and we have an ABC down, and these waves then become 5 because that's the impulsive move of the ABC. It's going down. Then you have the 3 ABC up to the B of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, the 5 of C of 2. So there's your 2. Then the 3 would be impulsive back up, and that's the idea, and it's super confusing. It doesn't make sense even when you start studying it. And in the first couple of months, I just kept scratching my head, like, okay, I get like 2% of this. Now I'm up to 8%. Maybe I'm at like 11% understanding of these things now, but I keep trying to practice them. So like for instance, like look at some of these websites, so goldstockdata.com. All right. We've got VBL Gold Fix on Substack. I have that NFTRH is notes from the rabbithole.com, another subscription that I apply to. The divergence between gold and gold miners on Simply Wall Street. Then you have David Hunter. He's a contrarian. He likes to look at Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci. Silver Surfer, obviously, big fan of silver. Crescent Capital with they like to follow precious metals, and here's an article from them making the most of the new gold cycle. I like to read through these things. I like to study these things. I like to ponder these things. And to answer Mr. P's question, I do enjoy being obsessed with things, something that I can wake up thinking about seriously, and tuck myself into bed at night about. That's what I did with real estate. That stuck for like a quarter of a century. And now I'm looking at trading options, trading, swing trading, making longs, etc. And I told you this, I don't know, when I first started trading options on this channel, which was just over a year ago. And it's not an arrogant statement, and it's not a cocky statement. It's not a know-it-all statement. I'm an average guy with a couple different superpowers. One of them is ADD. So if you have ADD, then you may have never realized this, but if you have ADD, okay, like reality ADD, not like everybody gets diagnosed with it, but if you have real ADD, one of your superpowers is super focus. The opposite, of course, is you can't focus on anything. Like if my wife tells me to go find something in the pantry or in the refrigerator, I can't find it because that is the ADD where I'm just distracted, easily distracted about everything. Like when I go and look at, I have a big tower of bookshelves, a built-in bookshelves here in the Fortress of Solitude filled with books. I've read 12 to 24 books a year for 2 decades. Now, I don't remember the last time I read a page. It's like I got obsessed with that, lasted like 20 years. Now I don't read anything inside of a book. I read blogs and vlogs and watch YouTube and all those types of things, even Twitter. Doesn't mean I won't go back to reading. But what I'm obsessed with, I'm obsessed with. If I'm not, then it's just I'm easily distracted from it, like opening the refrigerator and trying to find a jar of pickles. It's hard for me. I bet you're not in your head and you're like, yeah, that's it. I do get obsessed with things, and most everything else, I can't concentrate on. That is the story of my life. Currently obsessed with gold and silver. Was obsessed with oil. You saw me make a big run at oil, made a couple of dollar bills in there. So if you look through current positions like, AGQ, 2 times silver bull, GLD, gold ETF, GDX, gold miner, ETF. And so like on GDX, I could easily be under pressure for next week's close of these 32 calls. I don't want that to happen. I want to keep those shares because I think GDX is going to 40, 50, 60 bucks when all this plays out. So let's continue through. SLV, silver ETF. DocuSign, where are you at today? Looks like you might be a little green today. DocuSign is 57.54. So we do have 62.50 calls on the board, which protects us, the old swan trade, sleep well at night, to cover our cost basis and put a couple bucks in our pockets while we wait for those to continue up. Because I do think DocuSign's getting at least to 62.50. We'll see. And we have Norwegian. I'll release those at any time, but I think they're going 20 plus, north of 20. We got up to 1632 so far today, making its way back towards my cost basis. I probably should have done the rescue mission when they were trading in the mid 15s, which is just a couple days ago, just to balance out this cost basis, but I didn't because I was probably reading about gold and silver miners at the time. But I'll start trading or selling calls on those once they approach my cost basis on Norwegian Cruise Line. So as I still have confidence in that. Gold, that's Barrick Gold, a gold miner. And where's my cost basis there? 1786. So see, they're still not even at my cost basis. And we'll watch them because as you saw from that picture that I showed you, that complicated picture, there's always opportunities to make new entries. So when you think you've missed a move, there's still going to be more moves where you can make your entries. Same with what I'm looking at specifically in all of the gold and silver. I should have, in hindsight, of course, because hindsight's what? Yep, 2020. Should have just kept all my long positions from the beginning, which would have been probably November, December. Sold those off, booked some profit, bought another round, sold those off, booked those profits, which were even better positions than the first time. And then I missed the curve a little bit on all the latest entries. I think I got in pretty good on some of the miners. Others I have not. So like Pan American, all of these are gold miners. Wheaton Precious Metal. This is actually, where are they at today? This is a lithium company, but again, another commodity. So they're running good. I was about to sell calls on them the other day. But I was like, I think it's still going to go north. And look what they've done. They've gone north. They're up 3.34% today. I'm up 22.5% on my position. And if we look at trading them, they don't have great interest, open interest on their options. I mean, look, how is that even a thing? How could 18 have nothing on it? Like it has open interest of 177. Why is there nothing there? Is that a typo? It has to be. I mean, how do you have 15 cents on 19 and you have 0 on 18? So let's go at another week, or that's another month. It's a monthly. So I could say, hey, you know what? How much lithium do we want to gamble with? Or do we want to lock in some dough? I could trade this $18 for 43 days at 130. You know, when my position started in the 14s, I might consider that just for some cash flow. Highly expecting those to be called away. You know, that's part of my mindset for some ongoing moves regarding silver, gold, and then soon oil. Let me look at oil today. Yeah, oil bottoming, for sure bottoming. So I think we're going to be looking at some moves. We'll be getting involved in the USO and the UCO. Probably should have already done that. I know USO is in the 75 just recently, now at 60 or 74.24. But we'll keep an eye on it. We just, you know, it doesn't have the same signals right now that gold and silver have. So that's why I've been so obsessed. What else? We should have a bottom one in the red. Yeah, there's our EQX. So this was, we're at 557 our position, 527 currently. And then I have this 502 on the board, which likely won't be filled today or ever because it is just good for the day. That is my long-winded update. I'm going to be coming to you soon. Oh, wait, you know what else I want to look at with you? The SPX. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks. The charts told me that a return to 5,200 was happening. It's happened now, so I have two moves in mind. One is if it can continue to stay above 5,200 for the rest of the day, maybe into tomorrow, then I think we might be heading straight to 5,250. However, if we close today under 5,200, I think we can take a little bit of a dip down to between 5,125 and 5,150 to then before returning to or getting to 5,250. Yeah, so you're saying it can go either way. Yep. Again, it's about the wave counts. Looking at these wave counts in the micro, looking at the macro, all of those things become a study that has led me to increasing my probability of making profitable trades. So I'll continue that. I still, as you can tell, can't articulate it, but I'll try and get better at that. And I promise you I will, just like I told you 6 months ago. Once I get obsessed with something, I do figure it out. So that is what I have going for me. I guess maybe is that a third superpower? You don't have fear of missing out. In fact, you have LOMO. Coined that years ago, called the love of missing out. I also never get bored. And apparently, because I'm easily distracted, which is a weakness, the alternative to that is super obsessed, which is my third superpower. So there you go. Hopefully you have some superpowers as well. In fact, I know you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure I'll be back for Expiration Friday. Watch those little shorts I'm doing on stacking the silver. It's kind of fun, keeping track of the ounces as they slowly grow. And then I'll be letting you know when I might be returning, hopefully with a safe full of silver, to the pawn or coin shop and selling those things off at a nice profit. And it's just kind of a fun hobby because I've been trading my baseball cards in for cash, cash going into silver, because it's way better and more efficient for me to trade the paper silver and gold along with the options as they present themselves. You know, so for like the SLV 2450 put, that's at 97% profit. In fact, we should be able to close that right now for a penny. Can we close it for a penny? We can. So let's just take those off the board now. Why monkey around with it? If we can close them, We didn't make a fortune on those, but it was some dollar bills in our pocket. Look, $340 minus $10.30. I'll take that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Free up some collateral, $24,500 worth of collateral. Maybe we'll use all of that for the Equinox Gold, EQX. Buy it while it's down, kick them while they're down, because Nick's earning reports. Now, I will try to listen to their earnings reports without being distracted and then make that decision. I'll buy them all day at 5:02 like I tried this morning, but I don't think that's going to happen. But let's try to close these right now, and there they go. Cost me $10.30. Put that collateral back in my pocket, move on with my day. So thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share this channel with a lovable friend, and I will see you in the next video.